that I'm gonna need you to keep time. Come on, just snap, snap, snap your fingers for me. Good, good, now we're making some progress. Come on, just tap, tap, tap your toes to the beat.
I'm Ella Butler, and today we're going to be doing a neo-romantic soft winter look. We're using products mostly by Stargazer and Barry M. We're going to be going for quite a soft focus finish, sort of a frosting effect. So we've got very natural lips, a slightly smoky, smudgy eye, and it's very, very easy to achieve, and I'm going to show you how to do it. This is Tony, and I'm going to just be popping the foundation just on her eyelids just to mattify everything, get everything looking nice and even before you put the eyeshadow and eyeliner on. We've already prepared her skin, and basically if you just can close your eyes a minute, just going to pop it all over the lid just to even everything. Obviously you can do this with your fingers if you haven't got brushes. It's better to use a brush, just because you get a nice even finish. Now I'm just going to pop a mattifying powder over the top so that none of the eyeshadow and eyeliner slips around anywhere. So if you just close your eyes. And then the next stage is to put the first eyeshadow on, which is just a sort of soft bisque colour. Just pop your head up. It's basically just to give you your base. Obviously it's best to use a brush as well, but if you've just got sort of foam applicators that come with eyeshadows, that's fine. Second of all, we're going to pop a slightly darker, it's quite a neutral sort of mid-brown, just in the socket line. Just keep your head up a little bit. Basically you just want to pop a triangular shape following the natural contour of the eye socket. Put a highlighter on the inner corner of her eye and just underneath the brow, just to give your eyes a kind of nice fresh faced look. So you just close your eyes. And this is just in a very sort of soft, dusky pink. Really at this stage you don't need to be kind of too neat with it, because you are going to go over the lash line with some eyeliner in a minute. And then obviously underneath we're going to put the foundation on afterwards anyway. An angled brush to do the lash line, which we're now going to use in a pitch black. You need to mix it with a tiny little bit of water, so if you basically on the back of your hand you just get a little blob of water, mix it in with a bit of the black, and then you'll form a smooth sort of paste to paint, and then that's going to go all the way along the lash line, and then you're just going to blend it up to a softer brown. You don't need very much at all really. Starting on the outside edge, you're just going to go right along the lash line. We've just put all the eyeliner on. If you just want to pop your head in towards the camera, and you can see if you just look down slightly, we've just got a sort of relatively long line coming out. You've got it probably about a centimetre out past the natural edge of her eye. And we're just going to blend that down now. And if you've got any kind of soft brown eyeshadow, we're just going to take a little bit and just smudge it in so that it's not such a harsh line, and it's just going to soften it up. So any kind of sort of mid-brown is a good colour. I mean, I'm using a brush here, but you could just use a foam applicator again if you've got one. Okay, and then for a bit of mascara, we've already curled her eyelashes, so that's not a problem. We're just going to fill Tony's eyebrows in just a little bit, just to give them a bit more definition. Because we've got them obviously you've got quite a dark lash line. Just to sort of bring everything into perspective, just give her a little bit more emphasis on the eyebrows, and then obviously the lips are going to be sort of quite a natural colour, so just pop your head up a little bit and then close your eyes. Obviously you can use any brow pencil. At the minute I'm using a wax, which you just follow the natural shape of your brow. And then after the wax you set it with a powder, so you can use just a dark brown powder, or any kind of mattifying sort of dark powder. You don't want anything that's got any shimmer in it at all. And obviously Tony's got quite a good shape to her eyebrow anyway, and we're just going to enhance it slightly, but if you're doing this at home for yourselves, you need to get the best eyebrow shape. Line a pencil or a brush up from the corner of your nose to the edge of your eye, and that point there is where your eyebrow should actually finish. The high point, the natural arch, should go through from your nostril, through your pupil up to the top point there, and then the inside corner, which on Tony is perfect, finishes just in line with the bottom of your nostril there. Just going to touch up any little bits that have dropped down underneath now. Obviously you can just use a Q-tip for this, a little bit of cotton wool. The reason I've done it this way is because if you leave the foundation till last, you obviously get a cleaner finish, but you can always do the foundation first if you want to, and put some powder underneath just to catch any product that might fall down. I'm just going to even out her skin. Just pop your head up a little bit. Best thing is to use a brush. You can use a sponge if you want, or your fingers, but I find that the brush gives a more professional finish. So if you're maybe going out for the evening or something, it's good to use a brush because you'll get a nice even finish, whereas with fingers it's not very precise, and a sponge mostly absorbs it also. You kind of waste a lot. Whereas with a brush it's literally like painting a picture, so you've got a much better coverage with less product. Next stage is to pop a powder over just to mattify everything. Obviously if you want to use something that's not too completely matte and dull and lifeless, you can use sort of any of the high definition powders that are out there, because they sort of leave a luminescence to the skin, whereas they still even everything and make it not look shiny as such. So if you just close your eyes. If you just take a kohl pencil now, we're going to go just underneath the eye. Obviously you can use the same black shadow if you wanted, but obviously making sure that you blend it down really well, because you don't ever want too harsh and a harsher line underneath the eye. So I'm just using a black kohl pencil. So if you put your head this way a bit and look up. Just want to take it from the outside edge inwards, not all the way into the inner corner, just probably about halfway for this one. And I'm just going to take a brush and blend that down a little bit. I'll use a different brush in a minute to give it a bit of a softer edge right the way around. You can see that that's not too harsh there now. And then we're just going to pop the same mascara again on the underneath lashes, so if you can look up. The main thing is with the little lashes underneath is to make sure you brush them through. You don't want them to be too clumpy. Next stage is to obviously warm the skin up a little bit. We're just going to pop a blusher on there. This is quite a hot pink, but it doesn't come out too luminous. If you put your head a little bit to the side. So what you want to do is aim for a sort of V shape, tick sort of shape, so you're going along into the cheekbone. Obviously you're going to blend this down in a minute. You're aiming for that sort of shape there. And you can just smooth over the top with either your finger or the same brush. Really, you just want to give yourself a nice kind of pinch your cheeks effect. Keep it nice and fresh. Finish off with the lips, and we've already prepared the skin on the lips with using a lip balm so that they're nice and soft. We're not going to bother with any lip liner or anything like that, just keep it very, very natural, very fresh. So if you just want to put your head a little bit to the side. It's quite a soft pink, just to keep it in keeping with obviously the cheeks and the eye colour that you've already used. You could take it a next stage further by adding a highlighter along the cheekbone or underneath the eye, but we've kept it very natural, so thank you for watching.